Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Two Wheel Quest. Discover the world with me. Hello everybody, welcome back to Two Wheel Quest and Ride the World with me. I'm in Edinburgh, it's around 7:30 in the morning and it's 3 degrees centigrade. It's cold, but it is sunny, not completely sunny as I would like it, but partly cloudy. And the forecast for the day is partly cloudy, no chance of rain, which is a good thing for me because the cold we can take, but rain can be really terrible. So I'm getting ready to load up and go. This is where we parked our bikes yesterday, and parking here is a horror. As we mentioned earlier, I paid £10 just to park the bike, and look at what is going on here. It's a portable gym, and they've got my landlord here who is really doing a great job. I mean, this is fantastic. So you do this every morning?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And then you pack it up into your van?
Yeah.
Okay, all the stuff there. And look at this gentleman. He's just watching and enjoying himself.
He's the trainer.
He's a trainer? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay, you didn't mention that. I didn't know that. He comes over every morning and gives you a round.
Just once a week, but I have a program.
Okay. So what's the goal then?
Just to become fit.
Okay. Well, you look pretty fit to me already. I mean, I wish I could be like you.
If you don't keep training, you just
you
become fat.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Muscle goes to fat.
Must be all the beer that we're drinking. All right then. So I'll leave you to. Once you buy your ticket online, you have to collect it from here. Just go up to this computer terminal, print it out, and that's it. Give you a barcode, it just prints out from there. So there it is. It just comes out from here. Cool. This is the entry to the castle, and as you enter, you see two statues here. I think this is William Wallace and Robert Bruce. I don't know. Two famous Scottish freedom fighters. Here is a memorial to Wallace, and on the other side is a memorial to Bruce. There are people all over, so I have to be a little more cautious. This is the Scottish Military Museum, mainly about Scotland's role in all of the campaigns as well as their fight for independence. Here there's a very interesting case. Most of these things also have to do with India because a lot of these people here served in the colonial armies in India, and their heroic exploits, if you want to call them that, have been put here. This is all about Tipu Sultan and the fall of Srirangapatna. There are swords here taken from Tipu's palace. Supposed to have been given to a soldier there or taken away by a soldier there. This person, the Scottish. So David Wade, he was the one who was instrumental or led the troops that led to the fall of Srirangapatnam and the death of Tipu Sultan. This has got Tipu Sultan, the king of Mysore, inscribed on it. So the whole museum is about the role that Scotland played in different wars over the years. Different uniforms, the army, the air force. And here's a very interesting one in a kilt. The bagpipes, the bagpiper. It says it's a piper's uniform. Here are some regulations laid down for people who want to join the army or the navy. And here it says those who want to serve in India should know Hindustani, whatever that means. The Scottish War Memorial, dedicated to all the Scottish people who fell during the two wars, the World War One and World War Two. And here they have the Scottish crown jewels. So the Scottish crown jewels, the honours of Scotland, the crown, the sceptre and sword estate are the oldest crown jewels in the British Isles, the first used together for the coronation of Mary, Queen of Scots in 1543. Mary, Queen of Scots is a big figure, and everywhere you go you find some reference to her reign, 25-year reign during the 16th century. This is the birthplace of King James VI, the son of Mary, Queen of Scots. He was a king of Scotland and England, and of course became the king of England, and he was known as James I of England. We couldn't take any pictures of the crown jewels because that they say you cannot photograph them while they're there. And supposedly they take it out once in 4 years and bring it out after elections when the parliament changes over. So I got a bit of history from the guy who was keeping watch over it. He wanted to make sure that nobody will get up and walk off with it. Here is Her Majesty Mary, Queen of Scots. And then this whole gallery is her lineage. And this is the birthplace of James VI, or James I of England. There's the Scottish War Memorial. It's a tribute to all those people who fell, the Scots, men and women who served during various wars and died since 1914 in various campaigns around the world. The Great Hall. It's built in the 16th century as a banquet hall. It has a lot of weapons that have been displayed, armor and swords and all sorts of hand-to-hand combat weapons. Here's a very interesting place I can't miss. There are tastings going on. It's a whiskey store. Let me go in and see what's the finest whiskey I can drink for free. So these are the bottles that are on sale.
They are, yep.
And this is the tasting for the bottles, or what's inside those bottles.
Exactly.
Right, well
Would you
done.
like to try some?
Yes, please. Yeah, I never say no to free whiskey.
Go for it. So it's similar to Bailey's, this one.
Oh, it's similar to Bailey's.
It's a liqueur, yeah. Bailey's is made with blended Irish whiskey. This
Okay.
is made with single malt Scottish whiskey.
It's made with single malt Scottish whiskey instead of blended Irish that Bailey's make.
Yes. So this one's a bit thinner. It's got a wee bit more kick to it.
Okay, yeah, so let me try it and see how that goes. Very nice. It's got a similar to Bailey's flavor as well, but he said that it has a bigger kick. So I'll wait for that to happen. Oh, there's a lot of whiskies here. But what I see is They're a lot more expensive than elsewhere. So I'm just wondering, I come to Scotland and I pay more for the whiskey that I buy elsewhere on the cheap. Oh no, bad idea. Very enjoyable way to spend about half an hour. That shows what you see when you look out from here. This is Old Town and New Town. This part is called New Town, which was built in the 18th century, all master planned and done. Because the Old Town started getting crowded, and as we come up to the castle, that area is called Old Town. Cobble streets, narrow cobble streets. This New Town has got better, wider streets, houses built as designed and landscaped. And this is the Argyle battery, the battery of cannons that are directed downwards to defend the fort, the castle, in case of an attack. The views from here are actually fantastic. We just finished a good 2 hour visit around the castle and went inside, saw most there was to see. It's nice for a small, short visit and learn a bit of history of Scotland. You here learn a little bit about their military involvement and what all they did. You can see the crown jewels. You can see a prison here that was a prison in the 18th century. It's a pretty creepy place, but they've tried to recreate as much as possible to what it must have looked like back in the day. All in all, day well spent in Edinburgh Castle. Welcome to the Royal Mile. It's a popular tourist walking street in Edinburgh. That's where I am now. And we'll start with this pub here. This claims that they've been selling wine, ale, whiskies since 1719. Let me see that. Since 1719. More than 300 years of selling happiness to people. And here we have the Royal Mile. It starts from near the Edinburgh Castle and then comes down to close to an area called Green Market. Green Market is where executions used to take place till 1784 or somewhere. I was reading about it, and now there's still a lot of drinking pubs and hostels, hotels, pretty much the popular tourist hangout place. And they say they had some famous guests in most of those inns that are along the Green Market area, including Robert Burns, who's a popular Scottish poet. So I'm going to sit down at the Royal Mile and enjoy some form of liquid pleasure. The Edinburgh Castle was quite tiring, so we had a small meal and we'll just sit down and enjoy the rest of the evening. We left the castle, the Edinburgh Castle, and then came down to see the royal yacht, the Britannia, which is the retired royal yacht of the royal family. And this is what it looks like. It's strange. I mean, you come into a place like a mall, and then you go up to the second floor, take the elevator, and then the yacht is adjacent to it, so you have to start from here. So 5 floors. You go inside and you can visit all the 5 floors. It'll take a couple of hours, and then the engine room, and you can visit all the spaces that are open to the public, as well as
There's a place where you can get some tea and coffee or whatever it is, like a cafe. I decided not to go in because, for one thing, they were just closing up. The last ticket sales is at 3, and another, I thought I wouldn't be able to do justice to it. And besides, I'm pretty tired. I'd rather just go and find a motorcycle shop somewhere. The traffic here is a horror, so it was difficult getting in here. Let's go away from the Britannia, but any of you interested, it would be interesting. See, they're just closing up now. That's the last ticket sales.